Welcome to NFL Picks Week 16. We got some separation and things are getting tight in second place. So let's go through the record right now. Ice Water had an 11-5. I think me, Ice Water, and Pop had an 11-5 record last week in Week 15. Black Thor came in with a 9-7 record, which really kind of changed the tides a little bit. Ice Water is in the league with a 145-79 record, followed by Black Thor, 142-82. I'm following behind him at 140-84, and Pop is still in fourth place with a 137-87 record. Ice, you said it was week 15, so I'm gonna give you the floor right now because you predicted it.
Hey, man. You know what? That's why the people watch. You know what I'm saying? That's why they watch. Because they know. They know. They know. Everybody thought I was, okay, Tyler Lucky or whatever. But it's kind of like when you play football and you know somebody, you running a play and they going to run the same play. They going to do the same thing. You just got to be ready when they come. Because like you said, Black Thor's coming. Black Thor came and we met him at the door. And like I told him, week 15, that's what we do. And this is where we are right now. So he came like we expected him to. Appreciate him. Love the battle. But I told you, maybe week 14, I said, what I say, boom?
Week 15.
That's it, bro. That's all I'm going to say.
Like, I don't know how you follow that, man, but go ahead.
I'm going to give him his week 15. We got a few more weeks to go, so we're going to see what happens. But, yeah, I'm going to give him his week 15. It was just, man, I tell you, that's all I got. Realistically, who knew a team like the LA Chargers were going to lie down like a bunch of dead dogs? I'm sorry. Then again, I took another week with the Cowboys, and wow. I think the funniest thing, man, is when you sent out the Dennis Green. They are who we thought they were. I can't say anything else other than that. I can't say anything else right there.
All right, let's get a snapshot of last week. Ice, what were some of the games that stood out to you real quick last week that kind of turned the tide of the season? I said to you on the phone, Baltimore has a shot to win the AFC and go all the way. It's laid out there for them. Black has said that. I've seen the light and seen that last week. If they can just hold it together on offense and not make that many mistakes, they may have a clear shot.
Yeah, it's a crazy season, and it's kind of playing out for them right now, right? Particularly when you look at the AFC, kind of see how they're playing. You're like, it doesn't take anything special, do anything crazy on offense, and that's where they do well because Lamar Jackson will step up to the plate. Now, will they win the Super Bowl? Depends on what San Francisco and some other folks do over on the other side. But they look really primed right now to get some things done, particularly the way that the Kansas City Chiefs are struggling with their wide receivers. So that's a big thing. But, one more time on them Cowboys. I was like, yeah, okay, they going to let you down, bro. I've been doing this since 71, bro. That's what I'm saying. There ain't no Roger Staubach back there and Troy Aikman. It's not going to happen. So when he selected them, when that selection was made, I was like, ooh. I was like, here we go. But it was really, though, that they said before about you just look at Buffalo, right? They were hungry, man. They're playing against their backs against the wall. They're playing with no fear. And the Cowboys still to this point have not shown that they can take a punch in the mouth. They don't respond well. They have a great defense. Be my last point. They have a great defense when they're leading. But when they're trailing, they get lost, both sides of the ball. And I think that's what happened with Buffalo. Buffalo, they have nothing to lose, and they're playing like it. You just can't keep celebrating every week because somebody say you MVP or somebody say you look like you getting ready to go to the Super Bowl. That's not how the damn games are won. That's not how you excel in the postseason. And that's their problem. They celebrating these little parties every week when they do well instead of focusing on the big picture and the big prize.
Like, I remember calling you Sunday after the game, and I said, did you see what Gronk said on Fox? And Gronk really put a pin in the Dallas Cowboy, kind of like the last few years. It's like they don't have the mentality to go on the road and beat a good team. They just don't have. They didn't have it this year. They didn't have it last year. They didn't have it years in the past. And I thought, wow, he just really kind of read him right there on national television. A lot of people think Gronk is a clown, but he throws he just drops some dimes on certain situations with teams, assessing teams, things of that sort. Black.
You're right. People tend to believe Gronk basically, and that's none of his, his stick to basically act a certain way because it works for him. But when you sit down and listen, he said some things that go around. He said he talked about Tom Brady. He didn't shy away from talking about Tom Brady. He brings him out. I love what he says, and he's right. They're not that what we saw. I think I said to you, there was times in that game where the quarterback looked like he was scared as a deer. Like he was scared. I'm looking at him like, are you kidding me? Bro, go sling it, scared as a deer. And it's like there's certain passes, and I think you said sometimes it's like he was throwing one to go to the sideline. He just didn't want to be out there. But I will say this, man, and I agree with the Ravens. And I've been saying the landscape is laid there for him. Part of me don't trust them. I just don't trust them. It's something I saw last week. I haven't seen. I don't know if I ever seen it. The current Buffalo Bills, they can run the ball now, bro. When your quarterback doesn't have to sling it around, go out there and run like crazy, and you figure the weather's gonna get a little colder come January, come February, just say mainly January, that can travel. That can travel. So the Ravens, I think that, I'm looking at it. One thing I don't like about them, Lamar's running way too much, bro. He's running way too much. If he gets that one hit, he's away from one hit to where it can basically change all their fortunes. But I like where they are. To me, I would scale his running back. Just give the ball to the running back, let the running back take care of it, and let him throw when he has to. And they should make it their way. But to me, the surprise of the weekend, even other than the Cowboys, basically punking out, is how Buffalo took control of that game with their offensive line, pounding them over and over again, basically into mercy to where they just gave up.
Yeah, I think Josh Allen only threw 15 passes. I mean, yeah, and that's a good Josh Allen. When you get the game going, keep him out of trouble, keep him out of interception. The pick order this week is Pop, followed by Black, Ice Water, and I'm picking last. Let's start it off with New Orleans at the Los Angeles Rams. Pop is going with the Rams. Black, who you got?
It's funny. It's the time of the year when you look at the schedule and when they put this together, it just should have been a good game, but it probably won't be. The Rams is what they do. I'll take the Rams.
All right. Ice, who you got?
Yeah, New Orleans on the road, and you just never know who's playing quarterback. So got to go with the home team, going with the Rams.
All right, so Rams across the board. I'm selecting the home team. Next game on tap is Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Pop is going with Cincinnati. Pittsburgh is starting a new quarterback. Black, who you got?
Just look over at Cincinnati, man. This is an undrafted quarterback. I watched him last week. You can't tell me that cat wasn't drafted, man. You can't. I'm amazed how these certain teams can find these quarterbacks undrafted. Look at Purdy for the most part, last man to draft, and still they're hanging on to that quarterback they were drafted years ago that haven't served them well. That's all you need to know. I'll take the Bengals with this one.
All right, Ice, who you got?
Usually, I'll be all on the Steelers bandwagon because of the sponsors and the network and how they want Pittsburgh to win when they're on national TV. But watching Jake Browning perform and the way that team is rallying around him. Also, too, I said before that they are providing a lot more exposure and touches for Joe Mixon, and he's focused. I think that does a lot, and then their defense feeds off of that. So enough for that. I don't think Mason Rudolph is going to be the savior for a week or for the rest or whatever. But with that, I'm going to choose the Bengals.
Yeah, Mike Tomlin is talking tough, but I don't think that's going to talk you into a win. I'm going with Cincinnati. Next game on tap is Buffalo at the Los Angeles Chargers. Pop is going with Buffalo. Black, who you got?
I don't even coach in Chargers. I don't even know who's coaching them at this point. I ain't got to spend much time talking about this Buffalo.
Yeah, let that coach go right after the game. Ice, who you got?
Well, at least the Chargers made one good decision. They've been waiting a little bit long. But yeah, Buffalo's on the roll, man. You could see what they did last week at home, and I think they have a feeling now that they could maybe at least make the playoffs in the wild card role. So I think it's all systems go. Buffalo.
All right. Next game on tap is I'm going with Buffalo also. Next game on tap is Indianapolis at Atlanta. Pop is going with Indianapolis. Black, who you got?
Yeah, man. Indy, there's so many kind of rumors floating around now that Atlanta coach is not going to be. They got Justin Fields going there. They got the assistant coach in Washington going there. It's like Atlanta, I guess they're going to do something, but I'm going to take the Colts with this, man. They battle tough. They battle.
All right. Ice, who you got?
Yeah, they flipping quarterbacks too much for me down in Atlanta. You could just stick with a guy and do whatever. Plus, we know what Minshew's gonna do. Minshew's gonna get down there, get fired up. It's inside. Don't have to worry about being cold. They're gonna go nuts. Indianapolis, please.
All right. Atlanta is a 1-point favorite. I think 1.5-point favorite, but I got to go Indianapolis on this one. Next game on tap is Seattle at Tennessee. Seattle came out last week, and I don't know what Philly was thinking, the coaching staff. Papa's going with Seattle. I guess your boy is coming back, Black. So who you got?
Yeah,
Quarterback.
Eagles playing Seattle?
I'm sorry, Tennessee. Seattle.
Tennessee, okay.
I was talking about the game last week in Seattle.
Oh, yeah, okay. You said my boy, who's coming back?
Quarterback.
For Tennessee?
No, for Seattle.
Oh yeah, well that's more reason to go the other direction. So you're saying Philly's playing? No, wait. I'm a little confused.
So Seattle is playing at Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Seattle. I'll take Seattle. Even when he's coming back, man. I think Seattle kind of saw something. I'll be honest with you, man. They need to keep their quarterback back. That was back this Monday night, bro. Yeah, I mean, I've been rooting for homeboy, but he moves that ball better down the field now. And I think the Pete Carroll's smart enough. If it's not going well, he'll make the change during the game. I'll take Seattle.
All right. Ice, who you got?
I think the Titans quarterback got hurt his ankle or something like that. He's on fire. Kind of went down a little bit. I cannot, as much as if Levis was playing, I definitely would take him. But I'm a little nervous with Ryan Tannehill being the quarterback. So with that being said, Geno Smith, I'm just gonna throw caution to the wind. Seattle on the road.
All right. I'm gonna go with Tannehill. He's auditioning for a new job. He ain't gonna be there. So he gotta play well. You gotta play well at home. This is your last shot, bro. So I'm gonna stray away from the group and go with Tennessee on this one at home. Next game on tap is Detroit at Minnesota. Papa's going with Detroit. Black, who you got? And I did not talk to Eddie, Ice.
I swear, man, this game here, I'm tempted to take Minnesota, but and they're at home, right?
Minnesota is at home.
You know what? I ain't gonna be tempted. I'm gonna take them, man. I'm gonna take them. I'm
Minnesota?
gonna take Minnesota. Yeah, they played well last week. This backup quarterback. This coach finds a way to do things. I think at home, I don't trust Detroit, bro. I know what they did last week, but I don't trust them, man. So I'm gonna take Minnesota.
Okay.
Backdoor is definitely coming now.
That
Nice
train fast, baby.
That's who you got as a take a sip of my tea.
Hey, you familiar with trains? That train fast, baby. Detroit on the road. Plus the Vikings played. They tried to hang with the Bengals. You sure can you call Eddie real quick? See what he think about Detroit. Nah, I'm scared of them on the road, man. I'm scared to death of them on the road. Minnesota.
All right, I'm gonna hang with Detroit. They messed me up last week, but I said they weren't for real. Let's see if they're for real this week. I'll go with Detroit. So it's 50-50 on that one. Next game on tap is Washington.
Who did Ice go with? Who Ice go with?
We went with Minnesota.
Come on, see, we'll be doing this all the rest of the season. Come on,
man. What?
I'll tell you what, I'll just give you my picks before the show starts. How about that?
I mean, what? And now you talking about here we go, right?
Come on, man.
You want me to make a bad decision so you can feel good? Is that what you want me to do?
That's all right. That's all right.
You make a bad decision so you can feel good.
That's all right.
Look. Did I earn this? Like you say, I earned
it, right? Bro.
Now I gotta choose who you want me to choose. So I'm not following you, right? Okay.
No.
That's crazy as hell to me.
Keep on fighting, fellas. Keep on fighting. Next game on tap is Washington at the New York Jets. Papa's going.
Who you got here, Black? Who you got here?
Papa's going with the New York Jets. Black, who you got? Hey, this is one of those games. Why even play it? Why make people sit in the stadium to come to this game and give them money back? Don't make them come out to this, man. Especially if it's going to be New York, it's probably going to be cold. But then again, Sunday's not too bad. Jets do have a good defense. I haven't paid attention to Washington Commanders lately. But as long as Jets got that quarterback, I can't pick. I'll take Washington. I can't take them. I can't take them, man. I can't take the Jets.
We're Washington. All right. So you got.
Let me see. Let me make sure that I don't copy him, so he don't say that I'm following him, right? Okay. What makes sense or what makes Black Thor think another way? For that reason alone, I'm gonna take the Jets. I've been taking the Jets off him all year long, and he thinks it's because I want to prove something to him. Quite the contrary, bro. I've been doing this a long time. All good though. I'm gonna take the Jets. Defense is playing real well lately. They have no reason to lose. In Washington, you never know what the hell they're gonna get on. So, and Aaron Rodgers might play this week. Anyway,
No,
so the
I just
Jets.
read a story. He was like, "Oh, I'm not 100%, so I wish I was. I can go out there and play."
He
No,
ain't playing.
you
I
ain't
mean,
playing, man.
truthfully, he
You
don't need
never
to play.
playing.
Hey, look, I'm just joking. He don't need to play. He need to sit down. I'm going with the Jets because I
And
think they got a better defense.
you talk about a diva.
Oh my
Damn.
goodness. Oh, I'm coming back. He out there on the field, practice field. I'm like, man, just sit down.
He can practice all he wants. If I'm him, you want to do commercials, you want to throw practice balls, and I don't care. But you are, if I'm the front office, I'm like, look, you are not coming. You ain't playing this year for us.
Go do
Straight up.
Jeopardy. Go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, you ain't playing,
Damn.
bro.
I'm going with the Commanders on this one. So it's half and half on that one. I just don't trust the Jets. Next game
You
on
ain't
tap.
trust the Jets all year. All good.
No. Next game on tap is Green Bay at Carolina. Carolina got their second win last week. Green Bay let me down. He let me down last week. But Pop is going with Green Bay, the away team at Carolina. Black, who you got?
Yeah, Carolina kind of got busy last week. A little surprising. Green Bay is finding their way, man. It's a young team, as we know, probably one of the youngest teams in the league. I'm gonna take them with this one, man. I trust them enough to go do what they have to do to handle their business.
All right, Ice, who you got?
Packers lost 2 straight. They look a little shaky, but there's too much drama in Carolina. You lose your head coach. You got a little lucky last week. Not gonna happen this week. I don't see Jay Love messing up 3 weeks in a row. I think he gets that job done. Green Bay.
All right, it's Green Bay across the board. I'm going with Green Bay also, even though they're young. Their growing pains are showing, so we'll see. Next game on tap is Cleveland at Houston. And Pop is going with Cleveland. The Houston quarterback Stroud is in protocol from a concussion last week. Black, who you got?
Actually, it's been 2 weeks, man.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been
yeah.
2 weeks. Yeah, it's been. I'm hoping they just, they're probably not going to make the playoffs at this point. Don't play him the rest of the year, man. Don't put him back out there because he's pretty dynamic. Houston, I think they started the wrong quarterback last week. David Miller should be the guy that should be starting. But with that being said, man, Cleveland, somebody really need to really check Joe Flacco because I think this is missing identity. Because Joe Flacco he hasn't played this good since the year they won the Super Bowl with Ravens, man. This cat laying the ball out there, and I'm like, what are you trying to come back and get a new contract? I don't know what's going on, but that's enough for me. I'll take Cleveland Browns, baby. They got to put somebody on that tight end too. You got to get him.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so you got.
Man, it says Stroud may play. I hope he doesn't. But even regardless of the fact, they calling this Cleveland Browns team the brand new Cartier kids, right? They found ways to win. Joe Flacco threw 3 interceptions, and they still won the game. And he just as happy as can be right there. He like, these guys just never quit. We just all playing together. We put our hearts out there. It's enough for me. Cleveland.
All right, it's Cleveland across the board. I got to go with Cleveland and that defense. Next game on tap. This is going to be an interesting game. Jacksonville at Tampa Bay. Pop is going with Jacksonville. Still unshaken on who's going to start if the starting quarterback is going to come in. So, Black, who you got?
What's his name is not playing well, man. He's slinging the ball a little bit. He's fumbling a lot. The quarterback for Jacksonville, if he's playing, I don't think he's going to do much. With that being said, I'm going to take Tampa Bay, bro. Tampa Bay realized it's a possibility, believe it or not. They have a possibility to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
As bad as their record is. So I think them being home is going to motivate them a little bit. I'll take Tampa Bay.
All right, Ice, who you got?
I should have taken Tampa Bay last week. I should have. I felt like I should have. Baker was doing his thing, and he continued to do his thing. Jacksonville just looked a shell of themselves last week, right? They just did not look good at all. The main reason why I make this pick is because they're at home. And my man, every time I see his little highlights, I said, man, that dude just continue adding to his Hall of Fame career. I'm going with Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Mr. Evans.
Yeah, I'm going with Tampa Bay too. If Tampa Bay can strengthen up their secondary, they can win this game easily. But that's what concerns me about this game. Even though I'm picking Tampa Bay, their secondary is in the shambles. Next game on tap is Arizona at Chicago. Papa's like, I'm gonna go with Chicago. Black, who you got?
This is in Chicago.
This is in Chicago.
Yeah, I roll with them too, man. They're allowing Justin Fields now to get out of the pocket, move around, do some things Patricia been doing all year. I guess they kind of have him out there to gather interest for trade bait or whatever, but that's enough for me. I'll take Chicago.
All right. All right, so you got
It's gonna be cold, man. Little dude is not gonna do well in it's cold. Now he found out he only got one receiver. He got a new nice young tight end, though. I like that tight end. But it's cold. And Jay Fields is trying to show the world, just go on and trade me to the Raiders, bro. I'm gonna show y'all what time it is. We're gonna get that. We're gonna get us another draft pick wide receiver and get Adams, and I'm gonna be the quarterback. He's getting ready to audition for the Raiders. I'm gonna go with the Bears.
Yeah, the Bears are always giving up players and they succeed elsewhere. Look at their baseball team, all the players the Cubs gave up, all the players the Bulls gave up, all the players the Bears gave up, and they go and become stars somewhere else. So I'm going to go with Chicago in this one because Jason Fields has something to prove. He's playing like it. Next game on tap is Dallas at Miami.
What you
Miami.
got, Black?
you threw your allegiance to the Giants and the Steelers away last week, talking about Dallas. We are gonna win this game.
That's
Y'all
what
gonna win
happened.
this week too?
Put your hands down.
Yeah, you
No,
gonna win? Y'all
I'm
gonna
all
win
Dolphins
this
this
week
week,
too?
man. I'm all Dolphins this week. Tyreek Hill should be playing this week. I'm all Dolphins this week, man. And it's on the road. If I'm not mistaken, this game is in Miami, correct?
This game is in Miami. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even though Miami doesn't, beat good teams, at the same point, Dallas not a good team. I'll take Miami.
Yeah. All right, so you got.
Yeah, they're gonna try to act like they're coming back, but I think Miami gonna jump out on them early.
Yeah.
So yeah, and people are like, I thought you were a Cowboys fan. Yeah, but I'm not crazy. This is about winning, bro. We're trying to win, and I'm like, well, that's my team. Okay, let it be your team. I'm trying to win the game. Miami will win this game.
All right. Miami across the board. I got to go with Tua and the receivers there. And Tyreek is coming back. They say he's not practicing, but he'll be there on Sunday. Next game on tap is New England at Denver. Denver's coaches yelling at Russell Wilson on the sidelines. I don't think Russ's going to be there next year, but Papa's going with Denver in Mile High Stadium. Black, who you got?
Yeah, I can't go New England. I've been yelling at Russ all season, bro, especially that game weeks ago. I was yelling at him, so I can imagine what the coach is doing. It's just like, I don't know, he does some bonehead things, bro. I mean, to be in the league this long, I'm tired of people saying this about Russ. I know you want it. Stop acting like Russ is this great Super Bowl quarterback. That defense won that Super Bowl, bro. And Marshawn Lynch. Stop acting like Russ was this great quarterback cooking, because he wasn't. But that said, playing the Patriots, it's basically a graveyard game for Belichick. So I'll take the Broncos.
All right. All right, so you got.
Yeah, the Broncos defense last week got cooked by the Lions, man. They got cooked hard, and when a great is down, you got to stomp them when you got opportunity. And I think that's what Denver's looking at. They know Belichick on his way out. He's been kicking it for several years, in this opportunity to put him into the ground, drive that stake in like the vampire when you drive that stake into his heart. So I'm going with Denver to win the game.
All right. Is everybody going for Denver on that? I'm going with Denver also. Straight across the board. Next game on tap is Las Vegas at Kansas City. And I was like thinking of a Christmas wish because Kansas City's struggling. They're struggling. They won last week, but they're struggling. But the way Coach Pierce put it down the previous week, oh my God. Papa's going with Kansas City. Like, who you got?
Yeah, I'll take Kansas City too, man. They finally started. They got mad at the right people instead of referees when they're playing the Patriots. They realized, stop all that, man. You know what? We all see what's going on, man. We ain't stupid. Kansas City Chiefs, man. They got to keep in mind they won it last year. They're not repeating. I don't care what they think, what they feel, whatever. They're not. You're not repeating. Knock it off. But Kansas City.
All right, Ice.
Yeah, somebody was telling me about they thought CeeDee Lamb wasn't the top receiver for the Cowboys. I said, you crazy as hell. They ain't got nobody else except that tight end. I said, imagine if CeeDee Lamb was on the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh my God. That would be dangerous. Anyway, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I think the Raiders had their nice little moment last week. You only get a lot of those. I hope that hope gets Mr. Pierce keeps his job because I think he can rally some people. We just need to probably get a little bit better coordinators. But I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
Yeah, and it would be a Christmas miracle if the Raiders win this game. I gotta go Kansas City. It's a Festivus miracle. Kansas City across the board. Next game on top is New York Giants at Philly. Philly really needs to bounce back. They've dropped 3 in a row. They really need to bounce back. They was putting Hurts out there. I guess he had a cold flu, and folks are just complaining about him. And he's not coming up with any excuses on why he didn't play well last week. The coaching staff, bonehead. Pop is going with Philly. Black, who you got?
Why would you hire that defensive coach on the Patriots and the coach was a coach of the Detroit Pistons as a defensive consultant? For what? I mean, that's from attrition. Now he's a defensive coordinator. Why would you hire him in the first place? What has he done to deserve to be sitting on the sideline looking stupid? And that's why that defense got beat down last week. But anyway, with that being said, man, they ain't gonna take much. Huh?
Detroit Lions coach?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's a defensive coordinator, but they hired him at the beginning of the year, made him a defensive consultant. He's consulting what? I mean, I'm sorry, but they give these white men jobs just for anything, bro. I'm just gonna go on and say it for anything, any dumbass reason. Retread. But I'll take the Eagles, man. They're gonna look like gangbusters against the Giants.
Yeah. Hey, so you got?
I can't believe that the Eagles have lost 3 straight.
Me either.
Wow, that's crazy. That doesn't even seem feasible. But hot and cold, but they definitely have more than enough to beat the Giants, unfortunately. So at home, they got embarrassed last week. So Philadelphia can try to find a way. They'll win. Philadelphia.
All right, Philadelphia across the board. Next game and the last game that we're going to be picking is Baltimore at San Francisco. Should be a good game. Preview of Super Bowl, maybe. Papa's going with San Francisco. Black, who you got?
Yeah, just talk. The Ravens are who they are. I think they're gonna get a little exposed this week, bro. I think they're gonna get a little exposed. And here again, if Lamar keeps running the ball, look out, man. Look out. But I'm saying because they got linebackers, bro, that could spy on you. They would not be pretty. But I'm taking the 49ers with this one, man.
Okay. All right, so you got?
Yeah, this is when you're gonna see why the difference in teams, overall talent. Marmar is gonna still be Marmar. I think it's gonna be one hell of a game. It's gonna be exciting, a lot of plays to watch, but the lack of solid receivers in the running game, you have a couple guys, but the lack of solid receivers is gonna really hurt him. So he's gonna be running for his life. He probably have about 4 spectacular plays, but San Francisco is just too strong, and I think the Baltimore defense is gonna get tired. When they get tired, that means McCaffrey run crazy, Debo get involved, everybody get involved, and then it becomes a party. So I think that's what's gonna happen, particularly with San Francisco being at home as well.
All right. San Francisco across the board. I just think that when Baltimore makes mistakes, San Francisco will capitalize off it. So, and I've seen Baltimore, especially on offense, make a lot of mistakes. They do make mistakes on defense, but I think that's the strongest part of the team at this point. But when they start making mistakes on offense, San Francisco will capitalize and they will pull this game off. Those are our picks. We'll see you next week. Who knows who might be in second place next week or, move up or whatever.
Oh, please.
Closer.
Please. You drinking too much of that eggnog, Paul.